Good morning, students. Welcome back to RV Online Classes. Today, in this session, you are going to learn about the lesson Try to Counting Sheep. First, I want to read the lesson. Try to Counting Sheep. William and Charlie's mother closed the book. Right, she said. That was a long story. Now into bed, both of you, and straight to sleep. William settled himself in the bottom bunk and watched Charlie's skinny little legs climbing the ladder to the top one. Mum, he said in a moany voice, what is it, Will? How can I go straight to sleep? As soon as you are out of the room, Charlie will start talking. He talks for hours. Well, don't answer him. I have to. He is always asking me questions. It's because my brain is so busy, said Charlie from the top bunk. I can't get the sleep because I am thinking things. Try counting sheep, Charlie, said his mother. Just imagine a flock of sheep in a field and one of them finds a hole in the hedge and hops through it. And then another one follows and another and another. That's four sheep, said Charlie. You don't stop there, Charles, said William scornfully. You go on counting till all the sheep have got through the hedge. Well, how many sheep are there in the field? Asked Charlie. As many as it takes to send you to sleep, said his mother. Good night now, sleep tight, mind, and fleely don't bite. Charlie waited till the sound of her footsteps going downstairs had died away, and then he said, Will, what? Why do I have to count sheep? Sheep are boring. I could count freely. Count, could not I? Oh, count anything you like. Just be quiet, that's all. Instead of sheep hopping through the hedge, I could count flea hopping down from my bunk into your, couldn't I? William began to scratch. You haven't got flea, have you? He said. No, said Charlie, but I haven't got sheep either. Don't be silly, Charlie, said William. You don't have to have the things you are counting. You just imagine them. You can count anything you like. So I could count flea. William stretched again. No, not fleas, he said. But you just said, oh, do be quiet, Charlie. I want to go to sleep. Just think of some other kind of animal and count them. What kind? William shied. I had better suggest something, he thought, or he is never even going to start counting. He remembered a program on the television about African animals, great herds of them scratching for miles and miles, plodding along one behind the other, never ending. Try counting wildebeests, he said. Up to here, today I want to complete. Here, in this lesson, two children and mother, they are sitting, and the mother is reading some storybook. After completion of that storybook, she said that William and Charlie's mother closed the book and she said, right, she said, that was a long story. Now into bed. Now it is time for bed. Both of you straight to sleep. Now you must sleep. William settled himself in the bottom bunk and watched Charlie's skinny little legs climbing the ladder to the top one. Here, William settled himself in the bottom bunk. Bunk means a narrow shelf like bed, typically one of two or more arranged one on top of the other. Here they are given picture. Here this is bottom and this is the top. He is settled in the bottom. William is settled in the bottom and he is watching. The Charlie is climbing. He is watching the skinny little legs. Skinny means thin. Skinny means thin legs. Mom, he said in a moaning voice. Now that William is asking to or complaining. Moaning means complaining. Complaining voice. What is it, Will? How can I go straight to sleep? Now he is complaining on Charlie. William is complaining on Charlie. How can I go straight to sleep? As soon as you are out of the room, Charlie will start talking. Now William is saying, okay mama, as soon as you go out of our room, Charlie will start talking. How can I go for straight sleep? He's asking. He talks for hours. He's not talking 5 or 10 minutes. He is talking for hours. We don't answer him. Now mother is saying, don't go on answering him. I have to. Now William is saying, I have to. He is always asking me questions. He is always asking me questions. So I must give the answer. It's because brain is so busy, said Charlie. Now Charlie is saying, I'm asking the questions because my brain is always busy. From the top bunk, I can't get to sleep because I am thinking the things. Now that Charlie is saying, my brain is always busy with the thinking about the things. So I am asking the question, then how I am going to sleep? Then Charlie's mother or William's mother says, try to counting the sheep. Charlie, said his mother. Now mother is saying, okay, stop the talking and start counting the sheep. Just imagine a flock of sheep in a field and one of them finds a hole in the hedge and hops through it. Now mother is giving one solution for that. Charlie, you imagine one flock of sheep. Flock means here a group of sheep. And you will start, go on counting the sheep. Among that group, one will get hole in the hedge. Here, hedge means a thick line of a small bush that goes around a garden or a field. Here they had given that picture also. Here one is getting out of that hole. Here one is getting out of that hole also. and we will go on counting. That and hops through it, and then another one follows, and another and another. She's go on saying that one, and that Charlie at the same time started counting. What he said? That's 4 sheep, said the Charlie. Now Charlie is answered that, okay, Mama, already 4 comes out. You don't stop there. Now mother is, you don't stop there, Charlie said William. Scornfully. Scornfully means show that you think they are silly. Now William is saying, don't stop there only, because mom said a flock. So you must count it. You go on counting till all the sheep have got through the hedge. Now that William is saying, don't stop there itself, you go on counting. Still all the sheep come out from that hedge. Well, how many sheep are there in the field? Asked Charlie. Now again he asked the question, how many sheep are there in that field? As many as it takes to send you to sleep, said his mother. Now mother said, okay, son, up to as many as you can count, up to you go to sleep. Good night now. Sleep tight, mind. The fleas don't bite. See here, he is saying, go to sleep, straight sleep. Don't wait up to the flea means here a small insect that drinks the blood and irritates your skin, making you scratch. Don't bite, she said. Charlie waited till the sound of her footsteps going downstairs. Downstairs means the ground floor. Had died away, and then he said, Will, see here, died means be very eager for something. He is watching when my mother will goes out. I want to ask some question to William. Why do I have to count sheep? Now he started asking. His mother went, and now he started asking, why should I count the sheep? For boring. He is saying, what he is saying? Yes, the sheep are boring. I could count flea. I could count flea. Flea means it is insect. Oh, count anything you like. Just be quiet. That's all. Now the William is answering. Okay, you can count what you want, but be quiet. Quiet means to the at most or most absolutely quiet. That's all. Instead of sheep hopping through a hedge, I could count flea hopping down from my bunk into yours. Couldn't I? Now he is asking. Instead of sheep, I want to count flea which comes from my bunk to yours. William begins to scratch. Here, William gets irritated. You haven't got flea, have you? He said. He got irritated and he is asking the Charlie, haven't you got fleas? Then he is asking. Then Charlie is asking, no, said Charlie. But I haven't got sheep either. He is answering. That William is asking, have you got the fleas? Then the Charlie is asking, I neither also having the sheep. Don't be silly, Charlie, said William. Don't be silly. Silly means having or showing a lack of common sense. You do not have to have the things you are counting. He is saying, There is no necessity of having the things for counting. You just imagine. You just imagine them and start counting. You can count anything you like. Just imagine the thing and you can start the counting. So I could count fleas. Now Charlie is answering. Okay, then if you are saying like this, I want to count the flea. William scratched again. No, not fleas, he said. Now William is saying, no, don't count that flea. But you just said, oh, do be quiet, Charlie. Now the William is saying, don't count the flea. Then Charlie is saying, then now only you said, whatever you want, you can count. Then that I want to go to sleep. William is saying, I want to go to sleep. Just I think of some other kind of animal and count them. Now I am thinking about other animal. You can count that one. What kind? Charlie is asking. Okay. Then you are saying another kind means what kind? William shied. To take deep audible breath. He is doing like this. I had better suggest something, he thought. Now I am suggesting better thing for you. Never even going to start counting. He suddenly remembered a program on the television about African animals. Before saying that one only, he thinking about the a program on the television about the African animals. Great herds of them stretching for miles and miles, plodding along one behind the other, never ending. In that program, in that program, um, stretching means straight on for miles and miles. Plodding along means walk slowly, one behind the other, never ending. Try counting wildebeest, he said. That animal is wildebeest. Wildebeest means a large African antelope which has a hairy tail, short curved horns. Here they had given the picture of that wildebeest. I want to show you. Here they had given the wildebeest. This is the wildebeest. He is saying to count this herd. Herd means this is also a collective noun. A group of beasts is known as herd. In this lesson, we had two collective nouns. One is flock of sheep, and herd of wildebeest. Okay, now I want to write the meanings. First one, bunk. A narrow shelf like bed, shelf like bed, typically one of are more arranged one on top of the other. Here bunk means a narrow shelf-like bed, typically one of two or more arranged one on top of the other. Next one, skinny. Skinny means very thin. Next third one, moony. Moony means complaining. Next, hedge. A thick line of small bushes that goes around a garden or a field. Next one, scornful. So that you think they are silly. Scornfully means show that you think they are silly. Fleas means a insect, small insect that drains blood and irritates your skin making you scratch. Next one, bite. Use the teeth to cut into or through something. Next one, dive. Here, be very eager for something. Next, scratch. So, mark the surface of something with on short or pointed object. Next one, silly. Having or or showing or lack of common sense. Plodding along. Plodding along means you walk slowly. Okay, students, next remaining part of the lesson I want to continue in the next class. I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.